Where's my weed? Real quick. What is good, y'all? What is good? Appreciate everybody tapping in tonight. We got an exclusive for y'all tonight, man. We got some exclusive conversation. We're going to be taking a whole look at Jimmy Henchman and 50 Cent's issues. Jimmy Henchman, 50 Cent, Tony Yayo, the G-Unot beef, the whole campaign. That's what we're talking about tonight, y'all. We're talking about everything that has to do with Jimmy Henchman, 50 Cent, Tony Yayo. It's going to be an interesting topic tonight. Let me see what we got here. We got some Tupac to talk about tonight. We got some Tupac shit to talk about tonight as well. You know, Tupac is the one who put Jimmy Henchman on blast first. If everybody doesn't remember, that's right. Jimmy Henchman got put on blast by Tupac, who went on to get managed by who? The Game. The Game, y'all. What's poppin', y'all? Mikey T, the movie star, up in this bitch. Got an awesome stream for y'all tonight. Going over some interesting old G-Unit news. Let me ask, did y'all forget about these lyrics? I heard he was light-skinned, stocky with a Haitian accent, jewelry, fast cars, and he's known for flashing. What's his name? Listen while I take you back and lace this rap. A real live tale about a snitch named Haitian Jack. Knew he was working for the feds. Y'all forgot those lyrics. Huh? Y'all forgot those lyrics? They did bleep out a few names. They bleeped out a few names off the OG Machiavelli. But you act like I don't have the original. The original before the remaster. Huh? Y'all thought you thought he was supposed to forget about that, huh? Game? Supposed to forget about that? Don't you have a Tupac tattoo? Don't you have a Tupac tattoo? Don't you have a Tupac tattoo? And you're asking what the lyrics mean. What's going on? Everybody hit that like button. Share this video. Would y'all forget the Game? You forget about Against All Odds? The Don Cluminati album? You forgot? Matter of fact, we all forgot until Tony Yayo just reminded us. And now we're here to talk about it. We got all 133 pages. We got them all. We got all 133 pages, you guys. I hope you got time tonight. Who was calling me a capper last night? Put all the emojis up. Y'all sounding like rat lovers. If y'all calling me a capper, you sounding like some rat lovers. Because this dude got caught up in 3 different cases. This man switched. What am I supposed to call a rat? A puppy? Tupac never lied. Pac said, I'll probably be murdered for that shit. I'll probably be murdered for that shit that I said. That's what Pac said. What's going on? What up, squad? What up, squad? What's popping with y'all? Appreciate everybody tapping in tonight for the live video. Squad up in this bitch. Squad up in this bitch. Same crime, different trial. Picture what he said. Now, did I mention promise to pay back? Jimmy Henchman in due time. I knew you bitches was listening. The world is mine. So Tupac promised to pay back Jimmy Henchman. Tupac promised to pay back Jimmy Henchman and said it's a warning in his own lyrics. So let's stop acting brand new here. I don't give a shit what Game says or what Wax says or nerds on the internet say. We got 133 pages on this dude. 133 pages that he tried to seal. But his first lawyer was a little sloppy. His first lawyer was a little sloppy, and people were able to get to it before it got sealed. So let's talk about that part. F out of here, Jimmy Henchman, Haitian Jack. They are no better, in my opinion, than 6ix9ine. Oh, why are you hating Mikey T? Jimmy Henchman is a goon. His name is Jimmy Roseman, first of all. By the way, Henchman, who have you henched? You're a rat. I'm not impressed. Now you got to watch your back, watch your front. Here we come. Gunshots to tut. Now you stuck. Gunshots to blank. Edited. Now you stuck. We know gunshots to tut. Now you stuck. Yeah, King Tut. We're not going to talk about him on this episode. This is not about him. You know what I mean? What's the other dude? Big Stretch. Yeah, Big Stretch, who got taken out. Y'all forgot about these names. Well, I'm here to remind y'all. I'm here to remind y'all on the album with the bloody fingerprints. Let me ask y'all, who produced that Don Cluminati 7-Day Theory album? Can someone tell me who produced it? Can somebody tell me who produced it? Nobody can tell me? Oh, Suge Knight, right? It was Suge Knight. Why do you say Suge Knight? It doesn't say Suge Knight. It says Big Simon. It doesn't say Suge Knight. Read between the lines. I'm tired of spelling shit out. And they was on some whole different other shit. Puffy getting robbed like a bitch to hide the fact that he did some shit that he shouldn't have did. So we riding for that. And that dude that was down for me, resting dead, switch sides. Guess his new friends want him dead. Probably be murdered for the shit that I said. Go call the South Side, you know what I'm saying? Go call the South Side Crips now to You know what I'm saying? For that protection. You know what I mean? We're not going to go there. You know what I mean? Pac knew what time it was. Pac knew what time it was. Yep, Big Shot, Big Simon. Big Simon, aka Suge. Big Simon, aka Suge. Yeah, man. Tupac, you know what I mean? Tupac knew what time it was. Let me light some of my shit up, man. I'm giving y'all a lot of gold. I'm giving y'all a lot of gold right here. We're talking about some of the realest shit. I always talk about the realest shit on my podcasts. Everybody share this video. Chicago, what's up? What's up, Chicago? What's popping with you? Appreciate you tapping in from Chicago. Hit that like button, share this video one time. What's up with y'all? Hit that like button. Hit that like button. We got some shit to talk about. Appreciate you tapping in from Miami. We got some shit to talk about tonight, man. 50 Cent and Jimmy Henchman got really serious. 50 actually posted up a bunch of documents. It's a paperwork party, y'all. Roll up. Roll up. It's about time we have a paperwork party, y'all. It's about time we have a little paperwork party because it's time to go in on Jimmy Henchman, the guy who they say really was the one who antagonized the game into beef with 50 Cent in the first place. I understand that the game has been told stories of how he was planning on creating a beef with 50 Cent, all that jazz. You know what I mean? Not sure if that was put into his head by Jimmy Roseman, Jimmy Henchman, as he wants to be called, the henchman who can't he can't wait to get out of jail and start his record label over. What record label, man? I heard about your shit with Gucci Man back in the day in the game, and apparently you had something to do with Sean Kingston or something, but you didn't do nothing with those relationships. You basically focused on the game and you turned his back on G-Unit and you ruined a whole bunch of money. That's the fact. That's the fact, you guys. So guys, let's get into it here because I got some interesting details for everybody. What up, Canada? What's popping with y'all? What's popping with Canada tonight? You know, and what was the name of the game's mixtape, you guys? What was the name of the game's mixtape? Stop snitching, stop lying. That was the name of your project game, but you're working with a rat? Yeah, that part. Oh, we forgot. We were supposed to forget that. You know what I mean? We were supposed to forget that was the name of this guy's project. You know what I'm saying? But we all knew Game wasn't that gangsta. But we all knew, you know what I'm saying? He talks one thing, but he does another. Whack 100, super gangsta. Super gangsta, but he works with a rat. 6ix9ine. Game, exact same thing. Claims he is a super gangsta, but he's working with a well-known rat. Some deny it. Some say Jimmy Henchman is a goon. The boxed in nerds say goofy shit like that. So since Mikey T is capping, right? Let's have a paperwork party. 3 different cases. Ratted. I'm with the bullshit today. You think I woke up this morning working with Walt Disney and making up stories on strangers? I've been doing this shit for 20 years nearly. I'm on my way to 20 years in this shit. We're going to be talking about some shit here today, you guys. I hope you're all ready. So, apparently, Roseman has been given information as many as 3 different times. 3 different times, both apparently state and federal enforcement officials, and he's received leniency. That's the key word. That is the key word. The word leniency. Why would they offer Jimmy Henchman leniency? Why is the word leniency used next to your name? You are a certified rat. If he wasn't a rat, guess what? Guess what it would have said? It would have said deemed uncooperative. It's exactly what it would have said. This is what the court records show. It says a year later, federal prosecutors in Brooklyn contacted Roseman seeking his cooperation in what documents describe only as a historical criminal investigation. Right. And due to your cooperation, a man was arrested. Which makes you what? Case closed. You guys, I'm tired of talking. Everything is here in black and white. And for those of you who want to take the time out and dissect this, because that's what I do, I don't just run off of fake paperwork. I sit and I dissect information. And if you're not a rat, why are you worried about getting paperwork sealed? If you're not a rat, you've got nothing to hide. You're Jimmy Henchman. Who gives a shit? You're not even a rapper. You're not Jim Jones. You're an A&R. But no, it matters to you. It matters to you that much because you wanted to be Baby Suge. That would have embarrassed you. You said, no, I don't want the people to know I'm a rat. I'm trying to be Suge Knight. No wonder Tupac doesn't mess with you. Suge doesn't mess with you. You messed with Wyclef. Tupac isn't Wyclef. Respectfully. Tupac is not Wyclef. He wasn't singing that shit. Like, come on, you did shit like that. That's what you did, homie. So apparently, Roseman was debriefed. This man was debriefed at length by federal agents and prosecutors. The defendant was convicted at trial, confirming, listen to this, confirming the accuracy of his information provided by Mr. Roseman to the government, his then lawyer, his lawyers, your first lawyer. Now you've got a new one. That was before you got a new one. So let me guess, and here's what they usually do. Oh, that was my lawyer's fault. You know what had happened? See, what had happened was my first lawyer, he tried to get me to rat. But I ain't no snitch, so I fired his ass. Let me guess. That's your excuse. That's the excuse he's going to give. That's what you're going to go with? You know, that's why I had to fire his ass. But that's not accurate. It's here in black and white. Your attorney, you fired. He's not holding a grudge. He moved on. He's a lawyer. He gets money. You know what I mean? He's probably like, yo, you fired me, Jimmy. That's okay. I've got a caseload. You know what I mean? I didn't need this headache anyways. This Jimmy Henchman, this Jimmy headache. This is a sloppy case anyways. I probably couldn't win it for you. Just like probably just something like R. Kelly's lawyer. They were happy when they got fired. You know what I mean? They were like, yo, thank God I got fired. I couldn't have won this thing anyways. It's a media blitz. Every time I got to go to court every time, and the cameras are all over me and I'm looking crazy. So apparently the judge gave him 19 months. They argued for leniency, and apparently they got 19 months, you guys. And this is in a prior case, because this man is serving a lot of time right now. Like time that you never get out from. Like he's seeking appeal, he's seeking presidential pardon right now. He was actually trying to say that he was supposed to be pardoned. But 19 months. So what's that? That's like just over a year and a half. It's less than 2 years. You know what I mean? They gave him leniency. Share this video, y'all. Appreciate everybody tapping in. Because he got someone in Brooklyn arrested. I'm not trying to do no 36. F that. F that dude from Brooklyn. Give me the 18. Less time. Sign me up. The less time in jail, the better, Jimmy Roseman is thinking. Hell yeah, sign me up for that. That's the mentality of a rat, you guys. It's all about me, my record. You know how many artists I've got? You know how much stuff I've got to promote? You know what I've got to get back to? I can't be sitting here. I can't be sitting here with these losers. 19 months. That's the best you can do. I'll give you someone else. Make it shorter. 19 months. I'll give you someone else, man. Just make it shorter. Of course, it sounds good. You know, it's not that bad when you think about it. It's a year and a half. I mean, with good behavior, he'd be out in a year and 3 months. He'll be back. He'll be back by Christmas, New Year's. Probably won't even miss the holidays. In all honesty, maybe he'll miss Easter. Probably he's like, where do I sign, guys? I'm going to sign Roseman, though. I'm not going to sign Henchman. That's my street name. It's only our secret. Now, with your rap shit and record, doing 18 months, honestly, is a walk in the park. Like, he doesn't have a spotless clean record. It's not like he's a choir boy, y'all. He just got off the bat. He didn't, none of his past cases, like, helped him with this. He got in a fight with a DJ. They should have not helped him, at least. He got involved in a bike theft. Not sure if that's an actual motorbike or someone's mountain bike. He was technically supposed to get the book thrown at him, but he didn't. And he's still out here extorting rappers. Why is that, you guys? How come with all these prior convictions did they have leniency? Why did they have leniency? Did they have leniency on AR Rab? Did they have leniency on Max B? Why not? They had records. How about Chink's Drugs? Did he get leniency? Exactly, because they're not rats. That's the difference. So you've got priors, and they still gave you a shot. Don't worry about it, man. We'll take it easy on you. Why didn't you tell us you're a record promoter? They don't care what you do, Jimmy. They don't care what you do. That is just your job title, man. So 50 Cent went in on him. And this is old ass shit 50 had posted back in like 2016. Here's the paperwork on the OG rat, Jimmy. Vlad's scared of that fool, saying 50 called you a rat. Read the paper, fool. He been telling since the 90s. And this is Jimmy Henchman, to be clear, you guys. Jimmy Henchman, to be clear. Don't get it twisted. 50 has known this because he's from New York and he doesn't like Jimmy Henchman. He is not making it up. Daily News confirmed it. He ratted in 3 different cases. 50 Cent is not lying to you. And yeah, 50 is known for his antics and trolling and making fun of people. But this is one of those times that he's being funny, but being dead serious at the same damn time. And guess what? And guess what people's response is? It's that 50 Cent has no right to call anyone a rat. He has no right to call anyone a rat because he's a rat. That argument doesn't really fly here. You know, what 50 Cent was involved in was not ratting. It was dry snitching. So that's not valid. So for the nerds, and not the candy nerds, you know what I'm saying? And so for the nerds in my comments, there's a difference between dry snitching and ratting. And this is me telling you this. I even know the difference. So, okay, all of you wannabe Reddit people, 50 knew from the 90s. He was obviously in tune. You know what I'm saying? He was obviously in tune with Tupac music as well. Some people might not believe, but Tupac, you know what I mean? Remember, Tupac exposed all of this. Let's say you never heard the Machiavelli album. Let's say you never listened to Pac like after All Eyes on Me. After that, you just stopped. You kind of missed the legendary album, you know what I mean? In history, released. And just to be clear, everyone who wants to say things like, yo, bro, I got all the Machiavelli albums. I didn't hear that shit. I'm not talking about Machiavelli 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm not talking about 2 through 6. That was sold on Fordham Road, Canal. You know what I'm talking about? Canal Street. I'm talking about the official release, the original press copy with no edits that was produced by Big Simon. With the bloody fingerprints on the artwork. If you know, you know. And all the real Tupac fans, whether you had a big homie who explained it to you, you know. So 50 put out this paperwork, sentenced upon conditional plea to counts 1 and 2 of the first superseding indictments. James Roseman, there he is, a.k.a. Tony Townsend. That's your alias? Yeesh. Jimmy Ace. That's right, Jimmy Ace, another one of his aliases. But right there, I want to focus on the major part to me. The major part to me is conditional pleas. Keyword, conditional pleas. What conditions? Let's talk about it. This is why 50's posting it. This is why 50 did it. 50 knows legal jargon, y'all. He speaks that language. 50 knows the same way that leniency means rat. 50 knows what a conditional plea is and a plea is. 50 speaks that lingo. My audience might not. You know what I'm saying? But if you know, you know. If you ever caught a case and beat it, you know, you're like, yo, that's what my lawyer was talking about. Oh, this shit. What condition was entailed in your plea, though? Please tell us, Jimmy Henchman. Either you plea, you cop out. There's no conditions. There's no conditions, man. I don't even use conditioner. I use shampoo. What conditions are you using? Women use conditioner. When that word is brought up, red flags should be brought up in your head. I know what it entails. I know what it entails. It entails me telling on somebody. That's what a part of conditions are. This next part right here. I guess it's Jimmy Henchman's lawyer. He says, thank you for the court's indulgence in allowing me to approach on this matter, just simply because I don't know who's out there and I don't want any aspect of the fact that he has tried to cooperate to be made public. I don't know everybody who's in the audience. This is the lawyer. This has to be Jimmy Roseman's defense attorney, possibly. He is saying how I don't want any aspect of the fact that he tried to cooperate to be made public. He's saying he tried, and the lawyer's job is to downplay it. Second, why do you care who is in the audience? Is it because the dudes in the audience, when they leave that courtroom, their mind is to let the world know that Jimmy is a rat? They come to that audience for a reason, to see if he's ratting or this is cap. Yeah, man. Appreciate everybody tuning in. You're watching the Mikey T, the Movie Star podcast right now. That's right. Dudes in the audience watching, going on to report what Jimmy Henchman is doing. You know what I mean? They came to that audience for a reason, to see if he's ratting or if it's cap. You really just effed your client up by saying all that. So he didn't rat, but he tried to rat. That's the same shit as if he ratted. You heard what he said. He's talking about us. Right here, the judge he said, "Judge, at the sentencing hearing in North Carolina, a jail official from Vance County Jail testified at that hearing that Mr. Roseman, while he was in jail, had learned of an escape attempt. He learned that 4 inmates were planning to escape from jail. He contacted his girlfriend, fiance, who was in court today, and had her call the jail administrator at the Vance County Jail and report or attempt the plan." What? You guys see this shit right here? Like, come on, man. If I was reporting in 2016, I would have been all over this shit, man. But I was actually just doing my interviews back then. But this is wild, man. This is what lawyers do. You know what I mean? It's like, Your Honor, Jimmy didn't rat. Your Honor, Jimmy didn't rat. His girlfriend did. Jimmy didn't rat. His girlfriend ratted, Your Honor. Jimmy is like, make sure you try to spin it on my girlfriend, but here's why that doesn't work. Jimmy, you know damn well that every jail phone call is recorded. You know damn well that every jail phone call is recorded, man. So when you say, babe, how you doing? What you wearing? You making that cheese macaroni? You know what happened today? I got the drop on 4 inmates. I got the drop that they're trying to escape. It's the dude from the cell under D296. It's this guy. It's this guy. But don't tell nobody, babe. Matter of fact, I don't care what happens. Matter of fact, I don't care what happens. By the end of the conversation, you really just to stop giving a shit. Anyways, you know, you're in jail. You're pissed off. I don't care what happens. These dudes are trying to escape. Like, but in reality, it's like, why are you telling your girlfriend jail politics? What does she care? What does she care who's going to escape? She is actually out there in the free world. It's because you knew that phone call was recorded. You ratted to a third party, so it wouldn't be linked directly to you. A rat is a rat, and that is not dry snitching. That's flat out ratting. Share this video if you support the channel. You talk to a female over a jail call. That's ratting. You talk to a female over a jail call, over jail politics, with the intention of, A, if shit hits the fan, I can just say my girl ratted. But why are you pillow talking? What you're wearing is cool. I can't wait to get out so I can bang you out. That's cool. You know what I'm saying? That's how jail calls are supposed to go. But why are you telling a female who is not even gang affiliated or incarcerated things that don't pertain to her? You're volunteering information with the intent that this is going to get passed on. And even if the female doesn't tell anybody directly, we got all we need here. Because here is Jimmy Henchman on the phone telling somebody about an escape plan. Great rat. Here's some cheese. Your favorite. You're my favorite rat. What kind of cheese do you want? You want the regular Kraft cheese? Cheddar? Cheddar cheese? Oh, no, 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 no. You want that Asiago. Clown. Another part of the paperwork here, you guys. Another part of the paperwork. And share this video if you support what I'm doing, man. If you support what I'm doing, share this video, man. Don't mess around. Share the video, man. We're going to the top with this shit. Judge. Oh, no, no, no. Hold on. Let me get to the paperwork. Excuse me, y'all. We got the paperwork, man. We got the paperwork. 133 pages. 133 pages of paperwork. All right, let's get to this part. This is crazy. Thank you for the court's indulgence. Oh, no, here we go. He contacted his girlfriend, his fiance, who is in court today, and had her call the jail administrator. This is some rat ass shit. And had her call the jail administrator at the Vance County Jail and report the attempt or the plan. This is apparently Jimmy Roseman's girl, and he's on the phone telling her all this shit about 4 inmates trying to escape. They immediately whisked Mr. Roseman into another room and found that there were, in fact, plans to escape by 4 inmates. They had begun to either dig out of the cell or something to that effect, and had to change and had to make changes to where changes were made to the fence that apparently inmates had access to. And one of the inmates confessed to having planned the escape. You hearing this? You hearing this? So, based on a conversation that Jimmy Henchman had on a jail call. So a lot of people be like, "Oh man, what does it mean someone is a snitch because they had a conversation on a jail call?" Well, when that jail call is recorded, number one. So if you're talking about some shit like inmates that you're currently locked up with, it's gonna get investigated. But my question is, why was he immediately whisked away? And is this the first time that Jimmy Roseman was whisked away? You know what I mean? Like, come on, man. And let me tell you, man, Jimmy Roseman, I don't think it's going to be that easy for you to come back out of jail and just get whisked away into the music industry once again, man. You know, especially the way you were allegedly sending packages back and forth to and from California. It's like, come on, man, you're really taking advantage of the industry. You know what I mean? You're really taking advantage of the opportunity that you were given. First of all, you have an A-list artist in the game. I'm not talking about Whack 100 managing the game 10 years past his prime. I'm talking about for some strange reason, the game is getting managed by Jimmy Roseman, Jimmy Henchman. After 50 Cent had to dodge every gangster that wanted to whisk him away. You know what I'm saying? 50 dodged every attempt like that. The game got picked up so simply, and he had an A-list deal. Why was Jimmy Henchman whisked away? Why? Use your brains. Why? He immediately was whisked away. He didn't say anything to nobody. He was talking to his girlfriend. He knew that would happen. He's whisked away from danger. Let's get him out of here before the inmates know he snitched. So the police just happened to find these 4 inmates just after he was whisked away. It was discovered. How was it discovered, though? How did the police discover this? Did they just do a random search? Yeah, right. Random search, right? You believe in unicorns too? You ever seen a unicorn? Anybody in my chat ever seen a unicorn? Nah, right? But I seen a rat. I know how rats behave and conduct themselves. This is rat behavior. I don't believe in fairy tales, you guys. If someone is like, no, you bugging, it just so happened to happen, that just so happened to happen to get those 4 specific inmates in the jam that they're in, they got ran down on, right? Right after your conversation, pillow talking to your girl about jail politics. If you believe that shit, then I got a unicorn for sale for you, dead ass. 5,000 crispy unicorn. It's a snow white. It's a snow white color, y'all. What is popping? I need everybody in here to share this video one time. Appreciate y'all for tapping in. Appreciate y'all for tapping in. I'm going to put a poll up right now for y'all in the chat. So everybody in the chat can vote on something in the poll. Putting a poll up right now for y'all. Everybody vote in the poll right now. I want y'all to vote in that poll. This was crazy. 50 commented, damn it, man. He got his girl helping him. Rat. You can't make this shit up. SMH. Jimmy. Laughing my ass off. Go to sleep. Go to sleep. Look at 50's response. Go to sleep. Look at 50's response, you guys. It's like, if you believe that shit, it's like you're getting your girlfriend to help you rat. And someone, look how pathetic that is. Go to sleep. Take a nap. You're doing too much. What is it to you? You know what I mean? Them other dudes. Why did you want to like go at them other dudes trying to escape? You know what I mean? Mind your own neck. I didn't see nothing going on. Who's missing? From what cell? What are you telling your girl for? What is wrong with you? And you know damn well, Jimmy. You know damn well that all these phone calls are recorded because this isn't your first rodeo. You've been locked up before. You're familiar with the codes. Why are you acting brand new? 50 Cent is 100% right. You talk to your girl because that's the only female you're going to hear from. You know what I mean? The only female you're talking to that day. It's kind of just like ARAB told me. He's like, I'm wasting my 15 minutes talking to you, Mikey T, when I could be talking to a bad bitch, hearing a sexy voice. I'm talking to you. So why would you waste your 15 minutes talking to a female about a jail escape? This is the only female that you're going to talk to that day. What the hell makes you want? Who the hell wants to stay in jail? I mean, for crying out loud, you cooperated. You cooperated to get less time. This guy, the only time he gets to talk to a female for the day, and he's talking some jail escape shit. You know what I mean? That's like writing a girl for a prolonged period of time. You're in jail. You don't even get a picture. That's the type of dude Jimmy Henchman is. Yo, baby, this gangster shit happened today. Not no sexy shit. Not no, you know what I mean? You ain't getting no lingerie pics when you're Jimmy Henchman. Even Jesus. But that's why, and also I just want to say, like, who the hell wants to stay in jail? You yourself cooperated to get less time. Why didn't you escape with them instead of ratting on these gangsters, man? Why didn't you know what I'm saying? Why didn't you escape with them instead of trying to rat on these gangsters? Some bullshit, man. That's some bullshit. So let's get into this here. I want to bring up a little bit more of the paperwork. There's like 133 pages of paperwork. Depending on how you all react to this video, I might start bringing the paperwork up. I might start bringing this paperwork up depending on how y'all react to this. Let me know in the comments if you want to see more. So, apparently, Jimmy Roseman's attorney said he was awaiting sentencing. I think what happened, Judge, quite frankly, is that his sentencing guidelines were at 10 to 16 months. 10 to 16 months. And the judge didn't want to depart on that basis. That's just the first in a series of acts that he was undertaken in an attempt to demonstrate his rehabilitation. Since then, he has been debriefed by the Eastern District of the New York prosecutors. He was entirely truthful with them, according to what they told me. And he also was debriefed in the state of New York regarding who he paid at Rikers Island to change his bail papers in order to get out. And he made consensual calls to the individual, and the individual apparently caught onto what he was going on. So nothing was made of it. I don't say that is an independent basis for departure, Judge. It's simply one factor that I'm asking the court to consider in an overall package of this. Okay. His lawyer is saying a whole lot when the basis of the charge is going to carry between 10 months and 16 months. He's really fighting for that extra, you know what I mean? That extra notch of getting him out of jail that much quicker. Shout out to Dallas. Appreciate you tapping in. So, and it also looks like to me that he paid someone at Rikers to do Fugazi paperwork. I know this guy was a man of many paperwork. I believe he got caught with like 3 or 4 different passports, you guys. So the bail paperwork was, he was debriefed for a reason, right? When you get debriefed, it means we no longer need you. You know what I mean? We no longer need you, man. We no longer need your info. So whatever you were doing, first of all, why do you got to pay anybody to get your paperwork changed at Rikers Island? That is your lawyer's job. It's your lawyer's job, man. Your first lawyer, your third lawyer, whichever lawyer. But let me guess, you were paying him in commissary, or what was it, blow? Like you were paying the other guys, right? Like you were paying the hitman. Yeah. Crazy shit that gets reported on the internet. Oh, no, you were probably paying him in. Yeah. You were debriefed for a reason. And you mentioned 10 to 18 months right before that, 10 to 16, I believe. So basically, the first judge was saying, what do you mean? He wants less time? 10 to 18 months is nothing. He wants less time than this? No, I think this is fair. But Your Honor, considering that he snitched on the 4 inmates, considering he paid to get his paperwork changed, everything about this dude is raising red flags. He's kind of wondering what's in it for him. He's wondering, are these 4 inmates his ops? You know what I mean? This guy is just dying to help everyone. Jimmy Roseman, Snitch of the Year. He's held that title since 2016 as well. The judge is probably like, he's cool with the 18. Judge is like, he's cool with the 18. I think that's a fair sentence. And they actually ended up giving him 19, apparently, for that bullshit conversation right there, I would have to imagine. Because, like when you just keep on getting a deal, you know what I mean? Some of these dudes just keep on getting deals and deals and then they just try to keep and push and push and push. You know what I mean? Dude actually ruined the game's career by having him beef with 50 Cent. Like, let's be 100% real about that. He ruined the game's career by having him beef with 50 Cent. Even Tony Yayo has said on multiple platforms now that he, Banks, Buck, all of them could have went out and got millions of dollars, millions on top of millions of dollars, touring all over the United States together. Like, come on, guys. We got to be real. That is actually what would have happened. Yayo is not bullshitting when he says that. Yayo was, and you know what? I know that 50 would have seen what they was doing, and he would have added another couple million on top of it because it's too much money to miss out on. How are you going to miss out on the opportunity to build $100 million just from going on tours? So 50 posted along with this. So now you can see who Jimmy is. He's been telling a long time now. If he keeps talking, I got some more of this shit to show you. Share this video, y'all. I got some more of this shit to show you. He's just been running his mouth. I wonder what more. Let's be real about this, guys. Let's be real about this, man. I wonder what more of it does 50 have? Let me guess. 50 Cent has the whole 133 pages that Mikey T has? The whole 133 pages. So me and 50, we have something in common because we both got it before it got sealed. 50 Cent has the same documents that Mikey T is reading. This was a post from 2016. Henchman is lucky 50 Cent left him alone. He could have done a page every single day. He is lucky 50 Cent is famous as hell. Huh? A page every single day. That sounds like a lot of content for a hungry, ambitious blogger who's actually from the area that you impacted. Right. When you decided to start that G-Unit. When you decided to start that G-Unit beef. When you tried to start up a beef that would resemble Tupac and Big. You know what I mean? But I'm glad 50 Cent didn't indulge in that shit. He let the game burn out. And I would not be shocked, you guys. I just want to put this out there. Vote in the poll right now if you haven't. I would not be shocked if 50 Cent went to Eminem and said, yo, you don't need to respond to the Black Slim Shady. Just let it burn out. Just let it burn out. But yeah, he's lucky, man. Henchman is lucky that 50 left him alone because 50 literally could have done a page every single day. Imagine if 50 did that to his 25 million followers. And you guys don't act like 50 wouldn't do it. Let's not act like 50 isn't a complete asshole. Like he wouldn't do that. 50 probably didn't want to beat a dead horse. He did that just to kind of like, yo, Jimmy, you don't want to mess with me, bro. You don't want to mess with me. You really don't want to mess with me. And did Jimmy respond to this? Nope. Nope. He just tried to act like it didn't happen. 50 posted this just to show everybody in jail. And you're probably like, Mikey T, why show everyone in jail? They don't have Instagram. They have contact with the free world. It's called phone time. And people from the outside are telling them, you know what 50 just posted? Who are you in there with? What block are you on? Is Jimmy Henchman in there with y'all? Now all the jails want to know what's up. 50 takes issue with Jimmy Henchman over everything, you guys. He really does. He takes issue with him over everything. Let's get into it. Let's get into it. I'm not sugarcoating shit tonight, man. I'm not sugarcoating shit tonight, man. Apparently people drink Red Bulls with straws. If you drink a Red Bull with a straw, put a thumb up or a movie star in the chat. And also, if you respect this channel, share this video. Put some respect on it and hit that like button as well. Nobody else is doing this. Everybody else is caught up with what they're doing. I'm caught up with the realest shit. So hit that like button. We only got 130. Let's go. Hit that like button right now. I want everybody in here to hit that like button. Let's get these likes up. Get them likes up right now. I want 100 likes in here. Let's get back to it, man. Let's get back to it, though. 50 Cent takes issue with Jimmy Henchman over everything, man. Over everything. Your man's is running around talking about G-Unot. G-Unot. I don't like him or you. So it's personal now. Matter of fact, I dislike you more than I dislike Game. How about that? You're the one who claims to be like that, but you're a rat. Game never told on nobody. Game is a rat lover. Game's a rat lover, but he's not as bad as you. 50 made money with Game. Maybe they will get a little G-Unit reunion. 50 made money with Game. Maybe they will get money in the future. A G-Unit reunion, perhaps. P. Diddy him, you know what I mean? Send him to whack 100. You know what I'm talking about? Have him crying about a beach house. I'm going to get a beach house. 13, 14 years past his prime. You know what I'm saying? All that type of shit. He's definitely not getting Yayo and Banks love, but he doesn't even know that. He thinks he's gonna play me. You know what I mean? Then that shit with Tony Yayo, shit with Tony Yayo, man. What you did to Tony Yayo's house, that's like you shot at my house. That's probably how 50 feels about that shit. That's personal shit. Not talking about that. I just wanted to put that out there. That's how deep and raw the connection is with 50 and Yayo. When I rode through 50 spots, I seen like 50 cops. That's what Yayo said. That's what Yayo said when he ran up and 50 was hit. So you're damn right it's personal, man. This is not he's coming from my spot. I don't want Czar Entertainment. I don't want Czar Entertainment to be bigger than G-Unit. 50 was not worried about that. You know what I mean? Who was on Czar Entertainment? I mean, Game. They said Gucci Man. Sean Kingston, they said. Like I said, who was on that label that 50 and all them had to be worried about? And honestly, I don't even recall when he was with like Gucci Man. You know what I mean? What single did he have out when he was on Czar Entertainment? Somebody tell me. Anybody? It damn sure wasn't Coca-Cola baking soda. Which hit did he have with Czar Entertainment? Please help me out. I'm not trying to be funny here, you guys. People are gonna be like, man, everything 50 say, you take his word for it. No, it's because I'm looking at the same paperwork. I'm Mikey T. I've read countless rappers' paperwork. I don't take the stuff I'm reporting on lightly. It's not a joke to me. Maybe 50 is known for the antics. I'm not known for antics. What I report on is credible. When do you see me come on YouTube and do antics? Maybe I scream and, get out of character, but I don't do antics. I say what I mean, just like 50. You can think whatever you want. Henchman used to be around hitters. There's another rat. There's another rat that just got bodied from Harlem. His name was Alpo. Does that refute that he was a rat? Alpo and Jimmy Henchman are two of the most dangerous kinds of rats that exist. They're on another level, and they're on another level of piece of shit than 6ix9ine. They're a level above that. How are you going to win that beef? Tell me how. You don't. You lost. So now we got to talk about Jimmy versus Yayo, you guys. Now we got to talk about Jimmy versus Yayo. Let me take a look at the poll. What's going on with the poll real quick. Make sure y'all share this video one time for me. Oh, yeah. Yep, my bro was right. It was going to be a 50-cent landslide. I believe I had one more poll for y'all. Yes, let's get that poll up. Putting a poll up right now for y'all. Let me see. I'm about to put this poll up. I'm giving y'all 3 options on this one. We're going to get into this next part of the topic. All right, cool. All right. Yo, I'm smoking on some, right now I'm smoking on some, what's this called? It's called Lightsaber. It's called Light. Let me see if they got the title on it. It's 23%. And I got some Skittles too. And I got some Skittles on deck as well. So let's talk about it, man. This whole Yayo situation, it's going to be the first time I ever really talked about it. Talked about it with Bang'em Smurf a little bit. So please let me say I'm going to say this. Let me say my piece, and don't make me play no flashback clips of Bang'em Smurf talking about it, because I'll pull that shit right up ASAP. You know what I mean? Let me talk my piece. I'll pull that other shit up ASAP. You know what I mean? So, Yayo and Jimmy Henchman got serious. Rest in peace to Maserati Fox. We're not telling that story tonight. So, the alleged situation was that Tony Yayo and a group of people actually approached Jimmy Henchman's 14-year-old son while he was walking with a Czar Entertainment t-shirt. He was wearing a t-shirt that said Czar Entertainment. And that's how he knew it was him. That's how he knew it was him, you guys. Why are you wearing that shirt? You know whose company that is? Yeah. He probably responded, that's my father's company. Oh, you're Jimmy Henchman's son. Bong! Backhead got hit with the double bong bong. Lodi Mac ended up paying for that smack, though. Yayo even said Lodi Mac was in the front seat when they shot up his Benz. But they apparently were walking on foot when they saw Jimmy Henchman's son. And this kid is too young to really know at this point, I'd have to say. You know what I mean? He's too young to know about this record label. Why is he repping them? Who is this? Let's go ask this little dude. And yeah, it sounds crazy, but F it. We're G-checking him. Who gave him that shirt? If he would have said someone gave it to me, they would have let it slide probably. But he said it's my father's. That was the mistake right there. He probably said that shit with pride too, because in his mind, he's like, my father is respected. You ever heard of Suge Knight's son getting slapped? I'll wait. Exactly. So he thought in his mind that carried weight. You know what I mean? I heard it was a pimp smack, you know, the backhand bong, back to the front hand bong. You know, it's a double slap. Bring the same hand back and it hits like both cheeks. You know what I'm talking about? With the same hand in one maneuver swiftly over it. And let's just be real. That's the most disrespectful type of slap. That is the most disrespectful type of slap that you could give a male, by the way. You know what I mean? A lot of people don't really slap people in that fashion. It's called a bitch slap. A lot of guys and males, they don't do that. So Yayo later got arrested for all this shit. You know what I mean? But Yayo probably wasn't worried about it. As we saw, the charges would later get reduced heavily, misdemeanor type shit. Yayo probably wasn't worried about it. He's like, my man did it. My man is willing to plea out. Talk to him. He did it. He will claim it. Yes, I'm Lodi Mac, sir. I pimp smacked this individual. Give me my time. So we got our culprit. They're like, we got our culprit. It wasn't Tony Yayo, even though they wanted to put it all up in the media. Tony Yayo, Tony Yayo, Tony Yayo. You know what I mean? They wanted to ruin Yayo's career. You know what a predicate felon is? You know what a predicate felon is, you guys? Thoughts of a predicate felon? A multiple time felon, y'all. Yayo explained this. That's why every situation that popped up, the touch it video shoot, every type of situation, was it the touch it video shoot? All these situations that pop up with Yayo, they really just want to throw him under the bus, and it's complete bullshit. You know what I mean? Because his career was pretty much thrown off from the beginning. It's kind of like, you know, having like a brother or a family member, or like a father, family member, brother, any type of situation where that guy gets arrested in your life and then you get judged. And then they're like, oh, he's definitely going to be leading a life of crime. Yayo never really got an opportunity, man. And it's bullshit. But because of the fact that 50 Cent was his friend, he got his opportunity. More than a friend. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Salute to Al B. Al. You know we salute Al B. Al. Come tap in and talk about the project, Al B. Al. Free the real. I had reached out to Al B. Al to try and get an interview in the very near future to promote his album. Al B. Al is a definite dope talent. So let me see where I'm at with this. So we got our culprit, and it wasn't Tony Yayo. It was Lodi Mac. And at this point, the court is satisfied because the person who claims responsibility came forth. So we don't even need a trial. Let's not clog up the court system. The person already said that they did it. He ended up serving 9 months. Yayo, you got me when I come home? Gucci. I'm straight. I'll run that Bing anyways. But on the flip side, I believe it was very shortly after that Lodi got home, and then he actually got popped, you guys. He got caught. He got caught lacking very soon after he served his stint, his 9 months. You know what I mean? They seemed to catch him on the back block, and it was also speculated or implied that Jimmy Henchman had a connection with it right off the rip. You know what I mean? So if you're going to be pleading with the judge, you guys, if you're going to be talking and asking for leniency time after time again and wanting to get back to your music career, when you got to show that growth when you're home. You absolutely have to show that growth when you're home. Let me plug this up just so y'all know. Al B. Al has a new project out, Free the Real. Dope new project. Y'all need to tap in. Thotty's out. We'll say Al B. Al's name every time, a million times till everybody recognizes it. Like he said in his new video, download his new mixtape, Free the Real, right now, but also download it on your mom's phone. Download that shit on your girl's phone. Yo, Iceberg, pin that shit up for me if you can, bro. What up? What up? What up? Newark was popping. Newark's in the building. You already know we actually had I did an interview with Sue Surf where he was actually just yesterday I was playing it and he actually shouted out I'll be out. But let's get back to the video here. So let's see. So in 2014, James Roseman, Jimmy Henchman, was convicted of murder of a G-Unit affiliate. But this following year, the feared hip hop exec received 2 consecutive life sentences. As I said, you guys. Now, let's talk about dates. Let's talk about timing. September 2009. September 2009. And when was Jimmy Roseman convicted? 2014. 7 years. He was convicted 7 years later. Got a little bit of an issue with that. We're going to get into it, but hit that like button. Seven years. He was convicted for ordering the hit on the G-Unit affiliate. But why did it take so long? Which goes back, he's a rat. We need this guy. This guy feeds us more info. Who cares about what's going on? This guy is a good informant. Let's keep him on the streets to keep feeding us info. Do you know how valuable this informant is? We're going to do everything possible to help this guy. He's no value to us in jail. We're the feds. We need him on the street. What's he going to feed us? Hearsay? How does he know if he's locked up? We need this guy, which is what they do. They do it with all the rats. We know that. Rats can get away with things that civilians can't. But you see how Jimmy Henchman got screwed in the end. Anyways, the rats always, they're thinking, they begin to think they're untouchable, right, you guys? The feds are not going to touch me. They need me out here. They ain't going to touch me. They need me out here. No, they don't. Once they waste you up and see he's feeding us BS at that point, those old charges you had, they reappear. Oh, they didn't go nowhere. We lied to you. Deal with it. Which is why it doesn't pay off to rat. It's like making a deal with the devil. You can't make a deal with the devil. You can't trust them. I don't care what they tell you. They can always backtrack on that agreement because they're the feds. You're not on their level. What makes you think like that? I'm good. I'm cooperating with the feds. Okay. You're good for a year or two. Maybe you'll get 5 years out of it. That's the way it works. They're like, this guy trusts us. Jimmy Henchman thinks we're his boys. And that's the way they do it. They gain this false sense of security in the informant and they butter you up. It's a gradual process. It's not something that happens overnight. It's a gradual thing where they butter you up. Like, you know what I mean? Like when you tell a bad bitch that she looks good every day for 5 years in a row, no matter how she looks at some point, because she's going to start to believe you. You know what I mean? Because you're saying it over and over for numerous years. It can't be cap. Because why would they do it every single day? It's got to be true. I can't trust them. But they think I can. Yayo's charges were dismissed, I guess, eventually, as a part of a plea deal. But this doesn't mean Yayo ratted. It just means his lawyer is nice. Assault charge? Nah, we're going to downgrade that to a battery. Push it back 3 months. Push it back 3 months. Get it pushed back and changed to a disorderly. And then it's like the dude was wilding out. How did he get pushed that all the way down to a disorderly? You know what I mean? To the public, it looks like, how did Yayo get away with that one? Yayo must have snitched on Jimmy Roseman's son. Yayo must have snitched on Jimmy Roseman. His son is a minor. How is he walking out of there with community service? That's it? That's justice? Y'all just don't know how to work the system. You know what I'm saying? You got to make the system work for you. Not walk in there and take any plea they give you. You know what I mean? You're going to get it pushed back. It's not a problem for people who actually got a little bit of money. We're pushing this shit back. We're pushing this shit back till people forget his name, forget the assault. He got it downgraded to battery. He's asking for a disorderly. Nah, I'll give it to him. This is a year later. Shit gets thrown up out of the system. Paperwork gets lost. The judge probably has a bunch of cases he's dealing with. You know what I mean? He hears disorderly. He said, is everyone okay with this? And let's end it. To the streets, it might look like Tony Yayo is a rat. He's going to tell you the same thing. You think I'm a rat? Look up my docket number. In order to prove someone is a rat, you got to have paperwork. It can't be your assumption the same way people are assuming about Sue Surf. You either have it or you don't have it. So apparently this happened in the middle of Manhattan, which is shocking to me. Apparently it happened in the middle of Manhattan. Jesus. In the middle of Manhattan? You think just because it's daytime in the middle of Manhattan, you know what I mean? You must be under the impression that New Yorkers give a shit. And when I say that, I mean people walking by on the street. Is this the part where someone is supposed to step up? You know what I mean? Did you think a good Samaritan would get involved in the middle of Manhattan? Nope. They're going to bury their head in their cell phones. I'm going to go to my job on Wall Street and mind my business. I'm going to see my theater play down the street from the G-Unit offices. You think I want to get dragged into court and have to testify? People in New York mind their business. Oh, they robbed you for your cell phone? I saw the whole shit, but I'm not going to court and telling them I saw it. Everyone has their own problems. You can get slapped in front of a ton of witnesses and it be like, but you were right there. You were buying a hot dog. You saw the whole incident. No, I didn't. I was looking for change. When you see who, you know what I mean? Then you see who you're going to testify against. You know what I mean? Oh, that Lodi Mac, he doesn't look too friendly. I think I'm good on that. What's in it for me? So apparently 2 years after, how much time did Lodi Mac serve? Yeah, 9 months. 9 months. So it was actually 2 months after his release from prison. Fletcher was actually murdered in the Bronx, New York. And 2 men were convicted of it. And they're incarcerated in Florida. And new information led to the charges against Roseman. Yes. Okay. So that breaks that down right there. So let's talk about the part that everyone leaves out, though. That tells me Jimmy Henchman was a big player. You know what I mean? Moving below, like Pac said, these East Coast drug dealers got you under extortion and you're scared of them. I'm not scared of them. Tupac said these East Coast drug dealers got y'all under extortion and you're scared of them, referring to Jimmy Henchman, but I ain't scared of them. So how does somebody that's an informant pay someone for a hit, not in cash, mind you, not in cash, but in bricks? The feds knew Jimmy Henchman was doing this and they let him get away with it, apparently. The feds knew Jimmy Henchman got Lodi Mac way before he was charged for it because the feds saw, because they were watching Jimmy Henchman and they knew about his drug ring. But I'm just a YouTuber, right? What do I know? I'm just speaking my opinion. And I hope you guys, you know what I mean? I hope you got the ink in your printer. You know what I mean? I hope you got the ink in your printer to see these 133 pages. You can print it out, but don't shoot the messenger. Don't shoot the messenger, you guys. Pretty crazy situation. Pretty crazy situation right here. Everybody knows Jimmy Roseman, Jimmy Henchman, however you want to refer to him. He's the one who was managing the game when the game actually started to beef with 50 Cent. He's the one who pretty much started that whole thing. Tony Yayo was the only rapper featured on the game's album, but I think that was more done by design. I don't think that was done based off of relationship. I think that was more so done based on design. I think that had to do with the fact that the game was featured on Lloyd Banks' album on When the Chips Are Down, and he was featured on Young Buck's album Stomp. Yayo was just getting out of jail after having to go back a second time, and he featured him on the album. I got a feeling that that is what it has to be, because Yayo didn't have an album until about 8 months later, August. Smoking on this good. Definitely appreciate everybody. Definitely appreciate everybody tapping in. I got some lightsaber strain on deck. Oh yeah, there it is. Lightsaber. And I got this Skittles that I'm finishing up over here too. I'm down to like the last G of it, so I just broke it up to roll up in my next blunt. But I just picked up a couple eighths of this lightsaber. They had a deal for it for $20 for an eighth, and it's like 23%. So I was like, all right, I could do that because I was waiting until Wednesday to go to this little weed expo, but I needed a couple things to smoke for the next few days and shit. So, and I wasn't going to grab anything. I was just going to chill, you know what I mean? Build up a little tolerance and shit like that, because it's not like I need to smoke every single minute of the day, you know what I mean? But I seen a good deal. You ain't going to turn down. Who the hell is turning down? What up, Harlem? Harlem, what's good? Queens, what up? What up, Queens? You know, I got love for Queens. You know, I got love for Harlem. I got love for the Bronx, Brooklyn, Manhattan, Staten Island. I've done videos in all of the boroughs, you guys. I've been to every borough. I've been to Buffalo, Niagara Falls, Rochester. I've been everywhere in New York, man. I love New York. I need to go to Cali next, though. What up, Cali? Let me take a look at this poll right now. Okay. Was the game wrong for working with Jimmy Henchman after Tupac revealed he snitched, you guys? What's your opinion on that? Honestly, I believe he is. I believe that's foul. I believe it's foul that he worked with Jimmy Henchman after, you know what I mean, knowing the history. How are you a Tupac fan? How are you a Tupac fan, you guys? And the game is obviously a little bit older than me. How are you a Tupac fan and you break one of Tupac's rules? You know what I mean? How are you really a fan and you go in there and you do some shit that's absolutely against who you say one of your role models is? You do something that goes against somebody that you done tattooed on your body. You know what I'm saying? See right here. Oh, hold on. What was I doing? Okay, I got that. Perfect. Perfect. What up, Brooklyn, Flatbush? Appreciate y'all tapping in from Brooklyn and Flatbush. Yeah, I seen Yayo say the second video game went platinum. I don't know how accurate that information is. I don't know if Blood in the Sand went platinum. Definitely the first video game went platinum. Let me see if I can find it. How many units? It sold 56 copies. Hold on one second. I'm seeing 3.9 million. No, that's Beg for Mercy, obviously, the album. That'd be interesting to take a look at the video games about who published them and shit. The first one was Bulletproof. The second was Blood in the Sand. Totally odd name for it. Wow, interesting to see that they're just put together by different companies. Let me see. Where's the reception? The game was not a commercial success. As early as April 2009, Blood in the Sand sold an estimated 56,000 copies in the United States. Not enough to make another installment. So that wasn't even like first week or anything like that. Let's see if we can get some info on Bulletproof before we get up out of here. Yeah, we're about to get up off this topic, you guys. I'm trying to find some numbers on Bulletproof, though. If anybody in the chat can find the numbers quicker than me, let me know. No, it wasn't Bulletproof number 1 and 2, bro. 2 different games. But yeah, we're about to get off this topic because I want to save this, honestly, for a bigger thing, a different video, I'm thinking. Hold on. Am I looking at a mixtape right now? Come on, what the hell? Why am I looking at the Bulletproof mixtape, man? Get out of here. All right, I'm off this topic, you guys. I'm going to do some research on that in the future and get back to y'all on it. I'm going to do research on that in the future and get back to y'all on that for sure. That could be interesting just to see how 50 went to another game production company, possibly. Maybe got a nice check. So yeah, it looks like people agree. 64% of y'all say 64% of y'all say that the game kind of messed up working with Jimmy Henchman. Yep, I agree. Messed up working with Jimmy Henchman. It was kind of foul, but you got to find a manager in the game. You know what I mean? You got to be able to find a manager and shit like that. But you got to be able to find a proper manager. A lot of the guys, when Sha Money XL got taken off of G-Unit, when Sha Money XL got taken off of G-Unit, you guys, a lot of the G-Unit guys actually couldn't even find a new manager. You know what I mean? 50 apparently allegedly went and told them, like, yo, y'all need to find different management. I'm not working with Jimmy Henchman anymore. Or not Jimmy Henchman. I'm not working with Sha Money XL anymore. And like I said multiple times, I actually had a conversation with the big homie Spider Loke about this. I feel like at that point in time, with who Lloyd Banks and Tony Yayo was, and well, more so Lloyd Banks and Young Buck, they had come out to highly successful albums. I really kind of feel like they should have been able to go get whatever manager they wanted. You know what I mean? I really feel like they should have been able to get whatever manager they wanted. You know, I don't think it should have been any question that any big firm would have taken on Lloyd Banks and Young Buck as their next. And that was one of their biggest mistakes. You know, that was their biggest mistake, not having the proper management. So how are you going to really go at the game and, you know, try to cut him down? So how are you really going to go at the game and try to cut him down about the fact that, you know, he had management, somebody that was actually representing Gucci Man, you know what I mean? Somebody that was representing some dope ass artists that were emerging in the game. Although the game himself was actually bigger than all of them. You know, Gucci Man never had record sales like the game would go on to have. You know, the game started off selling 500 plus thousand units. He sold nearly 600,000 units in his first week. He sold so much his first week that JT the Bigga Figga was able to put out the Untold Story album and sell 40,000 copies of that as well. Can somebody get me the first let's see if we can get numbers on the game Untold Story first week numbers. If we can get numbers on that, that would be crazy. The game Untold Story first week sales. 8,000 copies. Okay, I was wrong. Okay, but I wasn't wrong. As of 2005, it sold 82,000 copies. That's right. And it was called Untold Story. So I'm posting up a new poll. I'm doing a new poll, you guys. We're going to do our favorite game album. If you're wondering what you're watching, this is the Mikey T, the Movie Star podcast. Advocate, Untold Story. Hey guys, I put up some dope albums for the game. Go check them out. I'm about to roll up this blunt. I'm about to roll up this blunt. My Dutch. I want to know. Oh shit. Untold Story. We got to vote for Untold Story. I'm shocked. I ain't even capping. I'm shocked. I ain't even capping. I'm shocked. Yo, I can't just put up the one. I can't just put up the documentary. Y'all know the documentary will just win, bro. Y'all know that. If I put up the documentary will just win. So what's the point of that? Yeah, Jay, you can't. You can only do 4 picks. You can only do 4 picks. I would have liked to have got Jesus Piece up there. You know what I mean? I would have liked to have gotten some of the other albums up there too, but you can only do 4 here on YouTube, actually. So just vote with what we got. You know what I mean? Kind of got to take it for what it is. I wanted to get Drillmatic up there to see if anybody was really messing with that whatsoever. It's actually the game's album with the most tracks. Y'all should know that, though. That's the game album with the most tracks. About to roll something up. 1992. Everybody put up your favorite Game albums in order. If anybody actually lists all the Game albums that he's ever done, I will post your list. If you list all the Game albums out of them all, but not just the top 5 or whatever, if you list every Game album and put it in order, I will post your list and read it. But I'm going to roll up. I'm rolling up this Skittles mixed with Lightsaber. My dude told me, he's like, yo, Mikey, I'm going to keep it real with you. I never heard of that Lightsaber shit before in my life. I kind of felt like Birdman when he got disrespected by the Breakfast Club when he said that to me. I was like, what the? Personally, though, my favorite Game albums, I guess, would have to be right there. I'm thinking about the documentary compared to the Doctor's Advocate because they're both extremely good. They're both extremely good, but I guess you're going to have to give it to the documentary, the Doctor's Advocate. Um, shit, it's almost like it goes in order. You know what I mean? It's almost like it goes in order. You would go, LAX, the Red Album. You know what I'm saying? Jesus Piece. You know what I mean? The documentary too. Yeah, you would almost just go right into Lone Wolf probably after the documentary too. He made an album called Lone Wolf, right? Or what? Called Blood Brother? No. It was Year of the Wolf. Year of the Wolf after that. The documentary 2.5. 1992. I like 1992. Born to Rap. You know what I mean? Born to Rap, and then probably Drillmatic. Let me know if I missed an album, and not that one that he did for the video game, guys. Please let me know if I missed an album. The Wolf one that he was doing. Oh yeah, that's right. It was the Blood Money album, the Blood Money record label that he was setting up. Apparently, that I guess has probably been changed to 100 ENT now. Nobody else gives Whack 100 credit, but I'll say this: he got Game paired up with Koch, and honestly, the Game put out just as many albums with Koch that he had out with G-Unit, or Interscope, I should say. So I found that to be very impressive. The fact that the Game was able to release like 5 albums independently in a pretty good amount of time. The only thing is, it's like, yo, geez. And let me know if anybody in here agrees with me. Let me know if anybody agrees with me. It's like, yo, you are the Game. You are coming off of your deal with Dr. Dre and Jimmy Iovine and 50 Cent. You should be able to solidify a major record label deal for probably $10 million, $12 million. You know what I'm saying? With one of the biggest labels. I understand you're not getting the $40-50 million that Lil Wayne is getting, that Birdman is securing. All right, $100 million for 4 Lil Wayne albums, or whatever the hell the numbers were on that. Looked like he was paying Lil Wayne $10 million an album, you guys. So Game coming out of his major record deal with Aftermath, like, come on, man. You should be able to command, you should be able to get signed to Def Jam. You be the new hope of Def Jam, the new rising talent of Def Jam. Share this video one time if you mess with me, y'all. You should be the new hope of Def Jam. You could have got a deal with Epic Records. They were on the rise. But you go to Koch, Records, and you sell 100K, 80K. Oh my Lord. You were selling 590,000 units in a week. 500,000 people got off their ass to buy your album. Frank Lucas wasn't moving those type of units. And you go independent. When you go independent, That should have been your follow-up deal. Unless you went and got that $10 million deal with Def Jam or Epic or any label, Warner Brother, Atlantic, any label. And then after that, you turn it into a $40 or $50 million deal to stay with that label. What happened? What happened? You went independent and now virtually nobody knows who you are. You sold 18,000 units. Jay, you tell me, man. Does the Koch deal put more in his pocket if he could have got a $10 million deal with one of these major companies? Go look up his sales on the Koch deals. It's not the topic tonight. You know what I mean? I'll do a topic on that as well, though. You know what I mean? I've studied those sales. You know, the game sales have been dramatically affected, you know, from leaving a mainstream record label. Very disappointing. Especially after being given that opportunity with G-Unit by Dr. Dre, Eminem, who else? Havoc, Just Blaze. Who else? Everybody came out to support the game besides Jay-Z. Timbaland, Scott Storch, Busta Rhymes. Obi Trice wasn't on the album. Did Obi Trice really show Game Love? I don't remember that one. I don't remember Obi Trice showing Game Love. They were somewhat label mates. They were low-key label mates. Yeah, they were low-key label mates. I mean, there are a couple. We did see the Game start to work with Stat Quo. Now, they had got together afterwards and started to work with one another. But I didn't hear much honestly, about Obi Trice in the Game. I don't know what expense he has for the album rollout, and Game doesn't tour enough, at least to me. Yeah, I've never actually been to a Game show. Have you ever been to a Game? Has anybody in the chat actually been to a show by the Game? I've never actually heard of the Game performing in Massachusetts, Philly, anywhere within access to me where I would travel for a show. He must have performed in New York. Iceberg, Game has performed in New York. I must just be tripping. I be going to the real shows though. Like I went and seen Prodigy in New York. I went and saw Nas when Nas was out and did some show. I like to go to the classic shows, man. Not in Indiana. I've been to Lloyd Banks shows. You know what I'm saying? I've been to a lot of shows. But the Game show, I have not got the opportunity to go to. You know what I mean? The Game actually, you know, I imagine he has a lot of tour life. You know what I mean? He has records to perform. He's got mad records to perform. You know what I mean? Shit, I imagine he's performing he's probably done with those records. You know, because I was actually just thinking about that with Chief Keef a little bit earlier. And if Chief Keef is just still performing 300 and I Don't Like and Sit Go, like that's got to be kind of annoying even for his homies. You know what I mean? Probably not. They'd be capping. You know what I mean? But that'd probably be kind of annoying, you know, to perform in records that are like 7 years old at this point, 8 years old at this point. It's like you haven't really moved on for that. I mean, he's got Finito. You know what I mean? What's the release date on Finito, though? maybe 18. I'm a big Finito guy. I'm a big Finito guy. When that shit comes on in the club, I start going crazy. People be looking at me like, yo, what the hell is wrong with that boy? Why is he going so crazy over Finito? Another one that amped me up in the club was French Montana's Paranoid. Those were a couple definite club joints right there for me. You know, they were kind of slow, but you were able to rock to them and shit like that. Go kind of crazy. DJ Khaled looked at me one time. I knew he thought I was. He's like, damn, it's a crazy ass kid in my section. Yeah, Eminem's beef with Murder Inc. came after Ja Rule actually mentioned his daughter on Loose Change. You know what I mean? The same record where Ja Rule infamously misspelled Murder Inc. It's the M-U-R-D. M-U-R-D. M-U-R-E-D-R Inc. He said, yeah, it's the M-U-R-E-D-R Inc. And it was like, what did you just do, Ja Rule? What did you honestly just do, man? Why did you do that? And then at the end, I guess they have the infamous line that everyone says really is what awoken the beast. You claim your mother's a crackhead and Kim is a known slut. So what's Kate Haley going to be when she grows up? And everyone really says that they remember that line like crazy. You know what I mean? And that's when Eminem just decided it was over and that he was getting involved with the beef. Eminem was like, this is over. This is a wrap. And they made Hail Mary. And Ja Rule had previously dissed Busta Rhymes. Ja Rule was like, Bus is in the corner van. Basically, I think he was saying that Busta Rhymes' career was pretty much DOA. They were carrying him out in the coroner's van, you guys. He's saying this about Busta Rhymes. A man like Ja, I got love for you, Ja. You did an interview with me. You know what I mean? You showed me love and shit. But Busta Rhymes is one of the most creative artists of a generation. You know what I mean? He didn't just need to go and work with a female R&B talent to get himself across. That's not what, even though he's worked with the like, you know what I mean, Janet and Mariah Carey, all that shit. He worked with them, but that is just like a side attraction to what Busta Rhymes was. You know what I mean? It wasn't the whole thing. Nobody is saying, "Oh, let's get the Busta Rhymes female duet." No, they're saying that about Ja and Ashanti. You know what I mean? And Ja, very lucky that you still have that, big brother. You know what I mean? Because that is an instant money getter. You know what I mean? You and Ashanti, you will be able to tour off of your dynamic duo for the next 20 years, just as Busta Rhymes should be able to live off of his career. One of the most innovative hip hop careers. Flip mode shit. You know what I'm talking about? Busta Rhymes even made his debut in films. A lot of people trash Halloween Resurrection, but I'm more so focused on the music career. You know what I mean? The fact that we got to see Busta Rhymes actually join up with some of the dopest rap clicks from when he was working with Dre, working with Cash Money a little bit. You know, you would hope to see a little bit more there. Just didn't really seem to get much together. But Busta Rhymes, you know, when he jumped on that Hail Mary and he was like, I think about the game and what it's like. And what would it be without you? Oh my God. What? Say I'm desperate. I'm desperate trying to reestablish a buzz. Thinking about the game Yeah, that shit was dope. That Hail Mary was one of the best songs. That Hail Mary was one of the best songs that was put out in that beef. There was others that followed. There was others that followed, like, Do Re Mi, D12 immediately got involved with everything. You know what I mean? Once Ja Rule did that, he kind of opened the floodgates for all of hip hop to go at him, much like 50 Cent did in the very near future. You know what I mean? Much like 50 Cent did in the very near future when he started beefing with Fat Joe and Khaled, and that led to him beefing with Rick Ross, and he was already beefing with Diddy. So now it's like a coalition of all these guys teaming up. And then they got Wayne, and 50 was previously trying to ignite a beef with Wayne over Young Buck, of all people. So now you've got all this shit going on, you guys, and all these artists now teaming up against 50. Game coming out, puts out diss tracks with Ja Rule and Jadakiss and Rick Ross and all of them on the track. You know what I mean? Some of the others, like Wayne, like Khaled, ignore it. How does Khaled ignore it? Khaled ignores you 100%. Young Buck, Buck the World, will never play on Florida radio. Maybe you got through with Shorty Wanna Ride. Well, that was before you tried to ride up on DJ Khaled. Now Shorty ain't riding nowhere down in Miami. You know what I'm saying? Whether you're going to chase me around my car or not, whether you're going to try to put that big ass brigado up on me or not, it's not going to play in the radio because you're not going to pull that shit in the radio station, or else you're going to be promptly escorted out. And then what happens? You get banned from radio, and you have no fight in the game anymore because you're banned for a year. You're out of here. Oh, your album was dropping this year? You better push that shit back. But G-Unit is known for pushing albums back. Somebody in the chat, please tell me G-Unit is not known for pushing albums back. I don't come on here and talk bullshit. I come on here and talk fact that we all live through. When we on here talking about Machiavelli, the 7-Day Theory, when we're talking about two of the greatest albums released from Pac, one of them that was a little bit less received. I mean, shit, you know what I mean? It is what it is. Okay, Ja Rule had a good run in hip hop. Let's talk about Ja Rule's run in hip hop. Y'all can send in questions right now too. I always do that at the end of my podcast. Definitely appreciate everybody for tapping in. Ja Rule had a good run in hip hop. Let's address Ja Rule's run in hip hop. Ja Rule's run in hip hop got started with a group. With a group where it was kind of like, damn, Ja Rule's got a very powerful voice. Is this a voice that's going to be accepted in hip hop? Very strong voice. Guy's got to be a solo artist, if anything. But the group thing was working out for him. They had a cool group name. It was the Cash Money Click, kind of oddly, familiarly titled to Cash Money, but it was the Cash Money Click. It was actually Ja, Chris Black, and 01. A couple guys that would be around Murder Inc. for years to come. So they were all together. I believe they signed a deal with TVT Records. They signed a deal with TVT Records after getting their video, I believe a black and white video, getting it some exposure. Either whichever one happened first. Either they got signed and did the video, or the video got them signed. I'm not actually sure how that played out off top of my head right now. I'm not reading it. I'm just freestyling it based off my memory. You know what I mean? So they actually had this deal, the three of them, and then Ja Rule actually, I believe one of the dudes got locked up, and I believe at this point, Ja Rule actually caught the attention of Lear Cohen, got a major deal with, he got a deal with Def Jam at this point. It wasn't a major deal. It wasn't a major deal because it was Irv Gotti bringing him into the scene. And they were, creating the Holla Holla project. They were creating Veni Vidi Vici. You know what I mean? It was kind of being looked at like, okay, Ja Rule kind of sounds like DMX. Ja Rule is kind of like a mediocre version of DMX. What is Ja Rule going to do to stand out? Ja Rule had Can I Get A? He was the last verse on Can I Get A. He really shocked the world on that. But he had to step outside the box, and he did that on Rule 336. And that is really when Ja Rule's run begun. Rule 336. It was almost like the perfect mix of street music. It was almost like the perfect mix of street music and the R&B melodies. You know what I mean? So that right there was Ja Rule's height, in my opinion. Not his height of popularity. Pain is Love would be his height of popularity when he would then come out after going on from these duets from Rule 336. He attracted the attention of Jennifer Lopez herself and really hit the mainstream running. At that point, they went on to build their own songstress, Ashanti. And she, rather than somebody that they didn't, I guess, have signed, like I believe he was working with Little Mo and artists like that beforehand. Let me know if I'm missing anything, guys, if I went across it too quick. What up, Mega? What's poppin', G's? Yeah, Rez, let me know if I skip past anything. Because at a certain point, actually, at first, Murder Inc. was going to be brought together as a group. You know what I mean? It was going to be Jay-Z, DMX, Ja Rule. Once it became evident that wasn't going to be the case, Irv Gotti turned Murder Inc. into a record label. You know what I mean? Once it became evident Ja Rule, DMX, and Jay were not going to work out as a group, a trio, I should say, a group known as Murder Inc. Irv Gotti molded that into his record label with Ja Rule as the first artist. They had success with Holla Holla, but they weren't standing out. That's when they had to come with the What Would I Be Without You, Between Me and You. But then they kept it gutter as well. They featured Black Child all over it. Salute to Black Child. That is my dude. He actually did an interview with me as well. I really appreciate it. These guys who give me opportunities, I never forget it. You know what I mean? I never forget it. Black Child, Cadillac Ta, a lot of these guys that were featured on the Murder Inc. compilation did get features on Ja Rule's album. Let's be 100% clear about that. Ja Rule had a lot of street records. He had a lot of party-friendly records as well. You know what I mean? As he dropped on his next album, Living It Up. He dropped Living It Up. Wow. I never had more of a comparison in my life to Living It Up and Disco Inferno. I just got our next poll. You guys. Let's see. Looks like the Doctor's Advocate won here. Oh, yep. I got this poll ready for y'all. Which was the better song? And these are party records, y'all. These are party records I'm asking y'all about. These are party records I'm asking y'all about right now. Everybody vote in the poll right now. I want to know what was the better party record because I really never compared these until now. I honestly never did, but it's kind of funny that before Ja Rule released I'm Real, he had Living It Up. If you guys don't remember, Ja Rule's single was actually Living It Up first, which was with Case, and it was Where All My? It's big dramatic opening with Ja Rule in front of a mansion, if I'm remembering correctly. And then He had the Ultra Girl record. And I think if I put this poll up, I'm Real or Candy Shop, I think everybody in here would vote I'm Real off the charts. So let's see between the two flashy records where it goes. Wow, people are loving Disco Inferno. I'm not going to lie. People are loving that Disco Inferno. People are loving that Disco Inferno. I'm not lying. Go look in the chat. Go look in the chat. I got a poll up right now. Living It Up was a bigger song. Yeah, it's Living It Up or Disco Inferno. Is this going to be the one? Is this going to be the one thing Ja Rule has got him on? Is this going to be the one thing that Ja Rule has got 50 Cent on? Johnny Blaze says Disco Inferno is the better song, but both are very different songs. Both are good, but they are not similar. Well, it's similar how they're club banger type records and they're released before the love song. I find that to be very similar. Very similar how 50 Cent styled his second album. The second album release, almost very similar to Ja Rule's Pain is Love album. Anyway, so we were going through the career of Ja Rule. My bad. I got detoured. So Ja Rule then moves on to Pain is Love, where he's just commercially over the top. You know what I mean? He is just commercially over the top on Pain is Love. And The Last Temptation really couldn't hold up to that record. Like in reality, The Last Temptation just could not hold up. They released a lackluster single with Bobby Brown called Thug Lovin'. I really think they should have had a more popular R&B singer on the hook at that time. Ja Rule's on top of the world. He should have been able to get anybody following that J-Lo and Ashanti record. To be 100% real, Mesmerized was a weak follow-up to Always on Time. You know what I mean? How are you going to follow up Always on Time with Mesmerized? Are you kidding me right now? Let's be real, man. Like, come on. You put out an absolute A+ classic record. You put out an A+ record with Always A+, I'm Real, A for Always on Time. Okay, you got an A. Mesmerize is a C. Mesmerize is a C for cliche. Like, come on. Then you did the Grease themed. Don't you realize you got 50 Cent barking up your tree and you're going to do some Grease theme where they draw me back into the streets? Jesus. Who's managing these artists? Jimmy Roseman, stop managing artists. Your corny ass ideas. Oh, go beef with G-Unit. That's going to get you everywhere. You just cost yourself your life. First of all, you cost yourself your career. You could have fought these charges had you been touring the game with G-Unit. You could have set up all those tours that Tony Yayo's talking about, redeemed yourself from the criticism that Tupac gave you in years past. Okay, Disco Inferno is running it. Disco Inferno is running it right now, you guys. Oh, shit. Disco Inferno is running the poll right now. I'll give it to it. Disco Inferno is a good record. Living It Up video is better, I'd have to say, because Disco Inferno was an after dark video. Actually, what am I talking about, man? Disco Inferno was ass on top of ass, man. I'm gonna cool out on that, man. Disco Inferno was a better video. But yeah, you're right, Dennis. Yep. I was just thinking that in my mind. Disco Inferno tried to imitate Tip Drill a little bit. It tried to imitate tip drill a little bit, but it was like, come on. It was like, whatever. You know what I mean? And it was kind of weird because it's like, yo, you're 50 Cent. But 50 was trying to just sell in the after dark market, I guess. You know what I mean? He was just trying to go into a whole nother market, that after dark market, to prove that he could maybe keep people up watching his music videos late at night or some shit. When come on, bro, sell the record. You know what I mean? Do something commercially appealing but I mean, he already knew he had a banger coming with Candy Shop, with that whole mainstream music video appeal. I really always looked at Disco Inferno like it was the warm up. You know what I mean? Kind of like it was a street single type of thing. That's really honestly how I looked at it. I always looked at it kind of like it was a street single type of thing, warm up, but with a video. Nah, Mesmerize is just kind of corny. Mesmerize is just kind of corny, to be honest with y'all. So that's basically saying that you agree, bro. So yeah, that's actually saying you agree with the rollout for Ja Rule's album, The Last Temptation. Like Mesmerize coming out with Ashanti should have worked, but in reality, it didn't. You know what I mean? People were falling out of love with the Ja Rule love songs. You know what I mean? They're like, come on, man. Come on, Rule. You got to give us something better than that, man. You was a classic. Yep. 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 Write it up in the chats, guys. Come on. Come on. That's your section. Feed into it, man. I want to see your opinions. I'm just smoking gas. I'm smoking gas and I want to see what y'all got to say, man. You damn well know I'm smoking gas too. Some people don't even be smoking gas as quick as me. They be like, yo, I'm going to chill. I'm going to let my gas take effect on. Man. Like, Mikey, you be smoking that gas. Hold on, let me see what Johnny got to say here. Ja dropping his album when G-Unit dropped Break for Mercy and Jay dropped the Black album was a dumb move. Ja buried himself. That actually is the wrong. That is actually the wrong dates for that, bro. That's actually the wrong dates. Ja Rule's Last Temptation album dropped in 2002. This is before 50 Cent actually took over the game, bro. This is before 50 took over the game. Yeah, Beg for Mercy was November 03. Jay-Z as well. Ja Rule was November 02. You might be talking about Blood in My Eye. Did Ja Rule get another one out in 03? I think he had to wait till 04 for Blood in My Eye. Oh my God. And then we move on to Blood in My Eye, the mixtape that they just wouldn't let be a mixtape. But they had, bro, dudes be on here talking facts. If you don't really understand the facts of the matter, you know what I'm saying? Then you really can't get involved in the conversation. But you can sit there and you can learn. You know what I'm saying? But Ja Rule honestly put together this joint. The Blood in My Eye album had to come out in 04. I don't think Rule got an album out in 03. I think that was the first year in a while that Ja Rule did not drop a yearly album. He puts together a collection of songs dissing 50 Cent, where he actually collaborated with Hussein Fatal. You know what I mean? Rest in peace. He actually, you know what I'm saying? Oh yeah, you're right, bro. You are 100% right. Yep, Blood in My Eye dropped November 4th, 2003. Yep. Yep. Yep, it actually did drop November 2003. You're 100% right. But that album, the sales just, I believe what was the sales for that one, man? 110,000 first week. Let me see. I'm bringing them up right now. Oh, he actually, wow. I'm not going to lie. Ja Rule moved an impressive 140,000 units. An impressive 140,000 units, you guys. I'll give it to him. That's impressive for a diss track album. It's impressive because of the fact that he really went and grabbed up, an ex-member of the Outlaws, and he really just had a bunch of people that he's worked with for years, like Cadillac Ta, you know what I'm saying? Black Child, Young Merce, Shadow, Seiko 720. They had Remo on there on a skit. You know what I mean? He kind of went back to his old way of things. That 140, that's a shocker to me, man. That's a shocker to me. 140, those are great numbers for that. I mean, it's like nearly 100,000 less than The Last Temptation. I mean, Last Temptation I think did 240 to 200, 225 to 240,000 first week, maybe 242,000 first week. Let me see. I guess the Last Temptation sales are right here. Yeah, it did 237,000 first week. So it's nearly 100,000 different. But let's be real, this is a diss album. Yep. Yep. Oh 04, Ja Rule was right back at it, Ant. Damn, oh 04, Ja Rule was right back at it. So this one, Last Temptation, November 02. Blood in My Eye, November 03. RULE, November 04. Ja Rule loves his November release dates. Ja Rule loves his November release dates, huh? I don't know, man. I feel like Ja Rule kind of steered away from being like X. Ja Rule wanted to be his own man. Ja Rule wanted to be his own man, you guys. He didn't want those comparisons for DMX. You know what I mean? He didn't really want those comparisons for him. That's why he stepped away from, just doing aggressive hip hop. And that's why he started, trying to develop, further into his sound. Yeah, Ja was on some shit. And then he did the Exodus album, which is like a freaking best of. And then, like I said, they wouldn't let you guys, they wouldn't let Ja Rule just release the Blood in My Eye as a mixtape, but they had to turn The Mirror into a freaking mixtape. You know what I'm saying? They had to turn The Mirror. They had to turn The Mirror into a mixtape, you guys. I'm saying that's why Ja Rule dug into a whole nother lifestyle, man. Or not lifestyle, but he led a different lifestyle than X too. Jesus, did Ja Rule ever have another album? Jesus. They dropped Pain is Love 2 and it sells 3,000 copies first week. Pain is Love 2. Even the game, tapping back into the game's projects. Even the game released the documentary too, and it sold like 100K first week. The game, documentary 2, even 2.5. I think 2.5 even sold like 45,000 first week. You know what I mean? And this released on E1 and it moved 54,000. The documentary 2.5 debuted at number 6 with 48,000 units sold first week. The documentary 2.5. Guys, when Ja Rule went back to the well for Pain is Love 2, he only sold 3,200 units. It wasn't time, man. It wasn't time. It was not time. There would have been someone out there. There would have been someone out there who would have more than likely paid, you know what I mean, $1 million, 1.5, $2 million for you to record a version of Pain is Love for them. You know what I mean? Don't Pain is Love. Jesus. I really can't believe that right now, you guys. Let me see if I can get the sales for the documentary too. I believe it was 100,000. Drake had come on for the single 100. It was released in 2014, I guess. October 2015, excuse me. The documentary 2, release, critical reception, commercial. Yep, 95,000. 95,000. Debuted at number 2. That's doing your thing when it comes to actually, using the moniker, using the name. You know what I'm saying? That's what you do. That's how you do it properly. The game did it, and he boosted his sales. The documentary 2. Why is he making an album called Drillmatic? Why is he not making the documentary 3? Why is he making Drillmatic? Why is he not making the documentary 3? It's evident right there. You made an appetizer 2.5 and it sold 50,000 copies nearly first week, and you're going to move on to something else. This is like what I said about Eminem. He needs to make a deal with a company or Interscope or whatever. Marshall Mathers LP 3, Marshall Mathers LP 4, Marshall Mathers LP 5, Marshall Mathers LP 3 through 10. Do the documentary 3 through 10 with a company and get yourself a big check. I don't get it. What's so hard to explain about that? Instead, you want to come up with off the wall titles like Drillmatic and Born to Rap. You know what I mean? Shit like that. Titles like 1992. I understand, you know what I mean? Like you want to try to be creative in your own way, but why don't you just go with what works? Lil Wayne does it with the Carter. You know what I mean? Hell yeah, man. I will always say shout out to Eminem for wearing the free Yayo shirt when I was on Rikers. Story about that. I witnessed that live. I actually witnessed Eminem wearing the shirt at the Grammys live. He was actually performing with Elton John. No, no, that's not the. Is that not the? That's not the free. That's not the same show. That's not the same show that I witnessed. I'm trying to see right here. The free Yayo is not at the Grammy performance that is seemingly Eminem's most famous. Damn, that's crazy news to me. Wow. You know, Eminem must have performed. Eminem, Tony Yayo shirt, Grammy performance. Oh, 2016? No, 2016 wouldn't make sense. Oh, uh, face. Hmm. Wonder what Grammy Award performance this was. Sorry, guys, I'm just doing a little live research here. What year did Eminem wear a free Tony Yayo shirt at the Grammys? Yeah, for his Lose Yourself performance with the Roots. Okay. All right, here we go. Okay. What year did this must be 2003? 2003, Eminem performs with the Roots at the Grammys. All right. Oh, yeah. Okay, so that's dope. So it would not have made sense for Eminem to actually, and I'll be real with you guys, I did not watch the Lose Yourself Grammys performance. Yeah, so I'm not believing that. I'm trying to, because I seem to have a memory of Eminem wearing that free Yayo shirt. I'm not a big Grammys watcher, first of all, you guys. Like when Eminem was in the middle of the Marshall Mathers LP days, that was the peak Eminem period. And I watched the Grammys. You would like, as a fan, you would tune into every show. But as a fan, I'm not tuning in for the Grammys at this point in my career. You know what I mean? So then we make our way to '03. It's like, all right, yo, the Grammys are played out, man. I'm not trying to tune into that shit. But I seem to remember, and I just wanted to share this story with you guys, and I didn't want to cap about it. You know what I mean? Because the major Eminem performance that I remember at the Grammys is the one with Elton John. You know what I mean? Where he shocked the world and he showed the world that he's not just gonna, you know what I mean, look at anybody based on their choices in life in a different way. He proved that right then and there. But when I saw and I'm just being transparent with you guys, when I saw that shirt that was being worn by Eminem, I didn't immediately put that with Tony Yayo. You know what I mean? I didn't immediately put that. I was like, why is Eminem wearing a free Yayo shirt? Why is Eminem trying to give out free cocaine? Is Eminem promoting free cocaine? Like, what the hell's going on here? Like, just to be real, just to be 100% transparent. So that to me says that I did see that moment. You know what I mean? But for some reason, I just can't remember tuning into the Grammys to see Eminem performing Lose Yourself as significantly as I had for him to perform the Stan record. Although Lose Yourself is an amazing record, take nothing away from Lose Yourself. You know what I mean? The Game said some bullshit about Eminem. Oh, Eminem's music doesn't play in sports arenas. Eminem's music doesn't play in locker rooms. Eminem's music doesn't play in the locker rooms of sports arena. Are you nuts? Lose Yourself, Not Afraid. Lose Yourself and Not Afraid doesn't play in the locker. Those are amped up records. Those are sports records, man. You just sound all types of crazy. No, it was at the Grammys. Yeah, it was at the second time that Eminem performed at the Grammys in 2003 after Yayo had got locked up for that gun charge. You know, because Yayo and I guess their car got surrounded or some shit like that. I think Yayo explained it as he had to take the charges, but he was already going away anyways because he was on the run. So that's when Eminem wore the free Yayo shirt. It wouldn't have made sense for Eminem to wear the free Yayo shirt during the Marshall Mathers LP era. That sort of clicked in my head as I'm saying that. I'm like, because that's the main Grammy performance I remember. But I must have seen the Free Yayo one because I have that amazingly embarrassing story of the shirt thinking, why is Eminem promoting free cocaine? So it's like I must have seen that. You know what I'm saying? But shout out to Yayo. You know, I still remember being introduced to Yayo's music and shit like that. Being introduced to Lloyd Banks's music. You know what I'm saying? Got introduced to 50's music first, obviously. Then after that, we got the wave of the G-Unit soldiers, if you will. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly, man. Yeah, like that's why I really didn't get where the game was coming from when he says that Eminem's music wasn't getting played. You know, he was like, first, it's not getting played in cars, it's not getting played in the hood, it's not getting played in the clubs, it's not getting played in the sports arenas. It's like, what, dude? You're wrong about a few of those. You know what I mean? You're wrong about a few of those, man. You're honestly wrong about it. And he's like, he's got 11 albums and only 10 and only one of them been played in my car, and 10 of them haven't been played in my car. And it's like, game, come on, man. Stop bullshitting. Stop bullshitting, man. Guy's bullshitting right there when he's talking about 10 of them haven't been played in his car. What are you saying? You listen to the Slim Shady LP, my G? If you listen to the Slim Shady LP and you stop there, then you got issues, man. You got issues if you then you didn't really realize how good Eminem actually was to be riding him, riding without a helmet. Yo, someone call Dre. Someone call Dre because I want Dre to know my every feeling. Dre doesn't follow you on Facebook, game. Dre doesn't follow you on Facebook, game. He doesn't want to know every feeling of every aspect of your life. You know what I mean? Someone call Dre quick. Tell him Eminem just killed me on my own shit. Like, come on, man. His story switches up and down a couple times. I'm walking through 8 Mile sick. And now, and now, y'all, it's, oh, I wanted Eminem to go take me to the corner store on 8 Mile to get M&Ms because I had to walk 8 miles when I was young. I had to walk 8 miles too, man. Get your own frickin' M&Ms, geez. You don't need Eminem to go take you to frickin' get some M&M. That just sounds stupid. You want to go to the corner store with Eminem to get Eminem? What are what are you clout chasing for, man? What is that doing for you? This wasn't even the era of Instagram. There's going to be no views on that. What is MTV going to pop up on you? Go in the studio. You're actually with Eminem at this point. Get your ass in the studio and work. Why did we only see one record pop up with you? You know what I'm saying? Why did we only see one record pop up with you and Eminem called We Ain't? We ain't ever gonna work together again? We ain't ever doing shit together again? We ain't have a good relationship? We ain't make nothing of it? Jesus, man. You had one record? Maybe you were too busy trying to run around 8 Mile. You know what I mean? You're too busy running around 8 Mile to be in the studio and make records with Eminem, whom you're there to work with in the first place. This guy's taking time out of his day to work with you. The guy who got changed of hearted on Change of Heart. The guy who got changed of hearted on. Like, did you and your girl really break up after that? Because believe me, I got the type of chick that wouldn't leave me for Drake. And you got some chick on Change of Heart changing a heart and on you? Man, that shit is sad. That shit was sad. What's up? What's up? What's up? Appreciate everybody tapping in. Yeah, as far as Eminem's career after the Marshall Mathers LP, he had the Eminem Show, which was a really good album. Encore, subpar album, really wasn't that great, but he put it out because there was a lot of shit that he needed to address like as far as letting people know that the beef was over, that whole beef, that whole thing that was going on with 50 and M and Ja, and he was like pretty much letting the world know he was over it. You know, Eminem just had a few things he needed to address, and they put out the album Encore. After that, I believe there was a greatest hits album, single When I'm Gone that I wasn't really fond of. The album after that, Relapse, came out many years later. I like the Relapse album. I thought it was very creative. More people like the Recovery album. That is where I stopped listening to Eminem. I did not listen to the Recovery album. Heard that Marshall Mathers LP2 was coming out, so I decided to listen to the Recovery album to get myself in tune so I could be in order with the Eminem shit. And then I really didn't like the Marshall Mathers LP2. You know what I mean? But it does not detract from the fact that I think that Eminem should do a deal where he's actually just does Marshall Mathers LPs. I mean, he's Marshall Mathers, and these are like his diaries. You know what I mean? Why not get your thoughts out to the world? You know what I'm saying? Why not get your thoughts out to the world through the Marshall Mathers LP diaries or whatever? Just the LPs. I think that would be the best thing, man. But in all honesty, Eminem probably doesn't want to do $100 to $200 million deal for that. What do I need to do $100 million deal for 10 albums for? That means I have actually got to work on something. That means I've actually got to do X amount of dates and appearances. He's kind of through that, I guess. I guess he's kind of through that portion of his life, man. You know what I mean? It's kind of crazy to think about it like that, but I guess that money's not really worth it to him. The fact that he would have to, you know what I mean, literally go out there and shoot 3, maybe 4 videos, maybe 2 videos at the very least per album. You know what I mean? Promote him a little bit better, I would like, than some of the recent stuff he's been doing, which I haven't been checking out too thoroughly. You know what I'm saying? Just because I'm busy with different stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not going to sit here and say that the game was 100% right when he's saying that 10 out of the Eminem 11 albums, or however many albums there are not getting played, because that's just absurd. You know what I mean? That's embellishing. You know what I mean? He's just trying to throw a little sauce on it. You know what I mean? But game, you got a little bit lost in the sauce, man. You got a little bit lost in the sauce, because when you got your opportunity to step in the studio with the real Slim Shady, you just wanted to stand up and go to the freaking corner store down the street rather than stand up and go into the booth. How about you go say, "Hey, Eminem, give me another beat quick so I can try to body you on this next hit." You know what I'm saying? How about you go for a little back and forth with Eminem then? You know what I mean? Instead of dissing him now. Yo, I'm dissing Eminem because 50 Cent sucks at rapping. 50 Cent sucks at rapping, so I'm dissing Eminem. Man, why didn't you just go bar for bar with Eminem when you had the chance in the studio? You know what I'm saying? Why didn't you just do that, man? But yeah, I appreciate everybody tapping in. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you don't miss my live videos. Definitely appreciate everybody watching the podcast tonight. Make sure y'all follow me on the gram. To follow me on the gram, all you got to go do is go in the description. Follow me right there. Let me check out the poll. Let me see how the poll is looking. I want to see what everyone's thinking about this. Let's see. It looks like 50 Cent Disco Inferno won. Yep. Disco Inferno won. I'll give it to him. Disco Inferno took it, man. I'll give it to y'all. Disco Inferno got it, man. Disco Inferno got it. Any final questions? Hit it in the chat right now. We're about to end the podcast for this tonight. If you're wondering what you're watching, this is the Mikey T, the Movie Star Podcast. Soon enough, I'm going to have it on all of the audio outlets. You know what I'm talking about? The Spotify's, the Apple Music, all that good shit. Soon enough, we're going to be taking this shit to the whole next level. You know what I mean? I'm liking to giving y'all the up-to-date topics. You know what I mean? Appreciate y'all adding to the conversation as well, though, man. Y'all do, man. Appreciate y'all, man. Peace. See you tomorrow.